Hey guys, M4J here, and welcome back to the Jeffries network on OpenTTD. Now, as I said in the last episode, today we are doing freight. Now, you have to excuse me if I'm a little bit out of it today. I've not been feeling myself, to be honest. This episode was very nearly cancelled, but this evening, recording this on Tuesday evening, I'm starting to feel a little bit better, so I thought I'd give it a crack and just see if it works out. So yeah, you'll have to forgive me if things aren't quite as they should be. I haven't actually had a break from video making and uni work in about 3 months. Normally it used to be the 5 weeks on, 1 week off, and then I had the whole thing of uni work was more important, so I stopped making videos. And then once that was finished, it was back to making videos, and then I had some more uni work, and then I had my PC overheating. So it's been a long time since I had an actual break. So I'm thinking of taking one in the near future, but not right now. Right now we're going to be working on freight, as I say, in particular food. So here's our dairy farms. I've actually built 2 dairy farms this side of the track now, both of them providing quite a bit of livestock and a fair bit of milk. The milk is quite important as well for today. In fact, while we're here, we're actually making loads of money now as well, which is really good news. So I might invest in a couple more dairy farms. Can I get rid of this water? See if I can fit an extra dairy farm in here somewhere. There we go. So we've got loads of dairy farms. Tends to be the way. You'll get loads of dairy farms come next to each other or very close to one another. This is the original route. So I'm going to rename it first of all. Livestock trains. So wherever that is, there it is. You are going to go in there, and then we're going to do this. So you are freight, steam powered. Gone back to steam after what I was saying, was it last episode or the episode before, about Railord's ideas for using steam and diesel, but mostly steam. We're going to go back to steam. So this is Parfenbridge Dairy Farm. So we're actually just going to go and because I don't want to use the passenger classification for this, so the 3-letter classification I don't really want to use. So I think we might just go like that from Parfenbridge. Now I've got to remember what the name of the stockyard is, so we have to follow. Here it is. The main line all the way down, all the way along to here. Denhatton. So it's Pra to Den. Like that. How long is this train? 7.9 units, tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And you can see it's double header. That's been done deliberately. What was that window I had open? Was it this? I think it was this. Yeah, this is done. This has been done deliberately, double header, because I tested the train just as it is, and it simply isn't powerful enough. So we're going to come up with double header trains for now until we get more powerful locos. Right, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should be enough. In fact, I shouldn't have done that. Let's scrap this again. As I said, I'm not with it today. Because there's something else that I've done, which I'm going to talk you through. Let me just click on a few things for a second, just to cancel what I was just doing. Let's also fund a town. Found a town over here. Just so this station actually serves somewhere. And I'm tempted to do the same thing here. There we go. We're running out of money. But we are making loads of money now. Look at that. We lost some money here. What did we spend on there? Spent on some construction. And I'll talk you through that construction again in a second. Because the network has evolved. Whilst you guys have been away, and whilst I've been away, the network has evolved. And it is very different now. I've also just noticed this depot here isn't really long enough anymore. to cope with the longer trains. So I would actually quite like to change that. Something like this perhaps, although I can't see that working. Okay, yeah, I know where to move it to. If I move that waypoint to there, get rid of this, move this to here, and along like so, and then get rid of this, and get rid of this, and get rid of this, and this. Yeah, this should work, I hope. We'll find out in a second, won't we? Also get rid of this signal just for the time being, and this signal. Change that to a path signal. This is going to be the location of the new set of sidings. So like that, like that. Fixtures, this type needs to be 8 long. Dairy sidings, there we go. And I've always got room here to add more in if necessary. Buffer stops at the end, and then get rid of all of this and all of this and this and this. Is there some there? Yes, there is. And then put a new set of depots. Let's just do this quickly first, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And then finally, this is entrance, I believe. Yes. Like so. Right. Now we need to copy this train over. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this and this. We're then going to get rid of this, the whole train. And then we're going to go like that and like that. And then we're going to get rid of this train. Okay, that should be this copied over. Like this, and then finally we scrap all of that. Perfect. And connect that back up. Okay. So that was a little long-winded. I wasn't expecting to have to do that, but I mean, it's attention to detail. It actually bears no effect on the game whatsoever, but it's that little attention to detail that I like to have, so we're going to use it. Right, the reason why I got rid of all those trains that we had built just now is because I want to build another service. So the 210.0, which is a 9F, for those of you that are interested. We're going to do that, and you're going to go like that. We will remove this from... Let's just clear out the schedule first. Very quickly save this. Like that. Stop sharing. Delete. There we go. This should still be up and running, which it is, which is good. Get rid of that. Replace it with this one. Timetable. Need to do the times again. So there is 15. Waits in the depot for let's say 500, and then comes out and does its stuff again. Reset that to autofill again. Right. Close that for a second. So we've got 2 engines again. Now we want milk. We want the highest one at the top. So we've got silos. Do they carry milk? Why would they carry milk? That's weird. So we want that to be 6.5, and then add that there, and that's 7.9 as well. Do I want those ones? They carry 26,000 kilograms. How much milk do they carry? 585,000 litres of milk in each run. To be honest, actually I prefer these tanks. Although their speed's too slow. Okay, what about these? There's some variance in them as well, which is nice. Get an extra one, stick it there. Milk. Wow, twice as much. Okay, we'll go with the original ones then. Might seem counterproductive, but right at this moment in time, we're simply not producing enough milk for to justify the huge train. Right, close that. Drag this here, drag this up underneath like so, and then do this. Right, I need to grab... Was it just called milk? No, milk trains. Like so. And we want another one, which is MI for milk. PRA 2, and we'll leave that as a gap. Oh, I forgot to put steam. That's always important. And you are the same number of vehicles, which is 13. Okay, you go into that, and then this train 55 comes down into this group here. Right, now we've got to plan out the orders here. So first of all, to there. And then you run all the way around to here. This loop is a little bit elongated, but I had to try and cram it in somehow. Then you go into the farm, and then you come out via the farm entrance. Up over there, and then you hit this one here. You run along at tippy top speed until you hit this waypoint, where you then branch off the main line. You then come through here, through here, until you reach this waypoint, where you then come out onto this main line. So we're then going to have you go via there. Once you reach here, you're then going to follow this around, so we want you to go via here, and then you go via there, the release. You then run at max speed, which would be 75 miles an hour. It's not actually, in fact I think 70, that's the top speed of these trains, so it really isn't that fast at all. But what can you do? And you keep running until you reach here, and then you go via there, and then you come out this side. Yep, sounds good to me. And then you carry on down this way, like so. Keep coming down this way, and then again you go here, here, here. You branch across like that. Now here is where you branch off completely, so we need one there and one there like that. You then go via this waypoint, which slows you down, off to this branch, and then you go via this waypoint, and then you stop here at Dairy. So remind myself of what this one is called. Milk trains. Genf. Like that. Okay, and then once you've finished at the dairy, you come round this loop at quite possibly a slow speed. You then hit this waypoint, which starts you speeding up again. And then you hit this waypoint, which takes you back up to max speed. And then you go here, here, and here. and then you continue to run along this way, and then you go here, here, and here. You continue to run along this way, all the way along until you reach here, and then you go via here, and then you come along this way, and then you run via here, and then you branch off via here, connect back up with the main line here, so there's your waypoint there, and then you run along this stretch like so until you reach here, and then you reach here, and then finally you reach here. Okay, so this is non-stop via, this one here is non-stop via, this one here is non-stop via, this one here is non-stop via. Right up the top here is no loading, no unloading. And then here is service. Oh, and that is non-stop via as well, as is this one. So Woolworth and Great Winfield Airport. There we go. And that is our second freight service commencing. Believe it's 1500 is the bog standard stopping I've got. Yep. 1500 to load, 500 to empty, and then 500 at the depot as well. But right up the top, I think it was 5,000. Yeah. So you wait here for 5,000, and then there's 1500. Down here is only 500. And then right down the bottom is only 500 as well. Like that. Autofill. And then for speed limits, 70 to start with. Open this all the way up. Okay, so the dairy sidings here, it's 30. Have I done this on this one, by the way? Have I done this? No. That one is 30. This one is 15. Oh wait, no. Am I missing something? Yeah. This one. For dairy farm, go via there. That's why it didn't look right. So that's 30. Then this one is 15. And then this one is 30. Okay. So then this one is 30, this one is 15. This one is 30. And then 45. To get that way, pointing at 70, and then here it goes down to 45 again. And then on the overground section, it's 30 all the way around. And here I think it is also still 30. Then it's 70. And then through the airport, I'd say we drop to 45. 45 is a nice safe speed to be cruising at. Same through Woolworth. 45. 45. And then we hit this waypoint where we go down to 45 again. And then this waypoint where we go down to 15. And then out of the dairy 30. And then 45. And then 70 until we get to Woolworth, where it drops to 45 again. not once but twice, like that, and then through Great Winfield it also drops to 45, like that, and like that. And then the release here, it drops to 30. Although this way around I might do it as it drops to something like 45 first and then down to 30, just so we got a bit of a smoother deceleration going on. 30, I think Barnwell waypoint is where it goes back up to, yeah, it goes back up to 45, and then Gondingbury is where it goes back up to 70, yep, and then Prathing Bridge it drops to 45, and then Entrance it drops right down to 15 again, and then here 10. That should be right. Let me just check. So it goes, did I select this waypoint? Prathing Bridge waypoint 3. Yeah. So it goes there, up and over there, along here. Aha! I didn't do farm entrance. No, I did do farm entrance. It's because the waypoint is over here. Yeah. And then it goes into the depot, out to the sidings, and then out round the loop, and then into the dairy. Okay. So now we can copy this, both of them 8 times. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so the original to-do list, I had find a dairy farm, or dairy farms, on the northwestern main line. But I'm actually going to do something a little different. I'm going to use some of the other main lines that we've got. So the Great Western main line, I want to find some dairy farms further down this. And I kind of want to find one on the coastal line as well. And build a new connection somewhere like this. And then connect it up to this. So here I feel this line should carry on going straight on and then dive down and underneath everything that's going on over here. So that needs to come across one slightly like that, and like that, go underneath, and emerge again somewhere over here. Like so. And then here it will climb up and along a little bit, and then it will come all the way across to here, lower that one, all the way across like this, and then you connect to there and you connect to there. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go to that as well. Like that and like that. Okie dokie. One last thing actually I want to do. Get rid of that and that. Lower these down. Just one more. Connect that to there, that to there. No, come on. There we go. Helps. Always helps if you click on the right thing, doesn't it? And then you go there. Okay. Now I think if I put a couple of waypoints, one there and one there, and then another couple this side of the tunnel, one there and one there, and we should be able to get trains running through there quite nicely at 45 miles an hour, which is our freight speed. I do still need to change that to a path signal, change that to a path signal, change that one to a path signal, that one already is a path signal, and then change this one and change this one, both to path signals. Okie dokie, much better. Now let's find some dairy farms up the coast. I want to go quite a ways up the coast, if I'm honest, maybe even through here. Let's see, it's an arable farm, a mixed farm. Actually, mixed would be quite good. You get quite a bit of livestock from here. So raw materials, we want cattle docks 2 and 4, and we want one there like that, one there like that. Like so, and then like that. And then that will come along like this. That will go down. As we go all the way down. Along like so. On this side, it's going to go like this. And then like this. And then down and down. Right, there's a path signal there, so I'm going to bring this across and connect it up there. And then here I'm going to go across like this. That's a path signal. That's a path signal. A waypoint here and here, slowing the train down, and then that's going to come off like this. Where are we? Here is where we're going to have our thing like this, and then like that. That's then going to come in like this. That's then going to come in like, actually it's not going to come in like that. It's going to come in like this, because it's going to come off and up and connect up over here. Like so. This is then going to continue down like that, and is going to connect up here. That's going to connect straight across as well, like that. This one is going to connect here as well, because why not? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I do need that one to connect there as well. Okay, sweet. Signal, 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 signal. Whoops. All of those down and around like that. And you connect like that. Bingo. And then finally, that, and that. Alright, this is Menningville. So any train that comes from here will be called Menningville. Let's go engine ID, all cargo types. Grab ourselves some more of the 210-0s. Like that. And then we want max speed livestock. The fastest one at the top. Now it's these ones that we're using. Although these ones apparently go, oh, they don't go faster. Never mind. I thought they might have gone faster, but no. There we are. Close you, pin you, pin you. Move this down. Move this here. And move you up. Right, once again, I'm just going to do a quick save because we know the game crashed a couple of episodes ago and we don't want that to happen again. Alright. This. So, LI Steam. It was Menningville, wasn't it? Yeah, Menningville. So, just MEN to DENH 13. Alright, ungroup trains. Grab you, stick you in there, grab you, stick you in there. And there we go. Okay, and you're going to go... I need to put a waypoint here, and I feel like I need to put a waypoint here as well for this. Okay, so you're going to go here, 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 and then via there, and then I guess just straight on again. I might put just another couple of waypoints here and here, just as speed checks, slow before going through this station. That is bedtime green, yeah. So there, and then through here. You don't need to slow down for that. All the way along the coastal route up to here. Now, is there any waypoints along here that we should be aware of? No. So it looks like you're just going to go straight through Prabborn Timber Yard, and then via this waypoint, along this stretch, via this waypoint, and then you're going to kind of run a very similar route to the milk train, or the way the milk train will be running when it returns. So along all this way, like we did before, along here, and then you want to go here, here, and here, through this way, way along here, and then here, here, and here, way along this way, and then via here, via St. Peter's Sidings. Now, which way is the quickest way around the loop? Something tells me the south way is going to be quicker. It's just making sure that I set the route right. So I think if I just go via here, and then along all this way, and then via here, and then via here, and then via here, so far so good, and then via here, okay, and then all the way up here, and then via this one, and then down and across, and we do need probably there and there. Let's decorate these ones a little bit, give them some hedges. Right, then we want to go via there. What does this say? Next order is Brendington, or if next order is this. So this is Brendington Sheep Farm. I feel like we should go via that as well. And then maybe just via here. Just so we definitely know we're going the right way. Then via Renston. And actually, outside of Renston, I feel like we should have a waypoint here for speed as well. Somewhere over here, maybe. Even if it's just for the slow lines. I'm guessing you're that one. Yeah. So on this one, while we've got all this selected, after Renston, go there. On the way back before Renston, go via there. So through Renston and out the other side of Renston, we'll do 45, and then you'll speed up and hit 70 on the way back here you'll hit 70, and then you'll slow down to 45, and then after Renston you'll slow right down to 30. And I have just realised that actually this waypoint here is in fact redundant. So I'm going to quickly grab this, change this to here. Your new Grodingbury waypoint, get rid of you. There we go. I need to click somewhere to get rid of this white. Might as well just leave it there. And then we can actually scrap the waypoint. There we are. Right, so after Renston interchange, you're then going to go via this and this, straight across here, via here. Do need to go via this one as well. Straight over here, and then via, long way apart these stations, Puntbourne East, and then along the diagonal section via Landing Way on C. I definitely remember having to go via that one. And then Fort Frontown here, where it diverges, and then it hits that waypoint, and then it goes over all of this stuff, little loop section here that I built off camera, and then goes up and round into, goes via a waypoint here, and then goes via another waypoint, let's say here. So this point you go via there, via there, via there, and then out along all of here, via here, and then back via this one, all the way along to this one. Might as well just follow the line, save some time. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, onto the slow lines via here, via here, via here, via here, and here, and then here, and here, via St. Peter, via St. Peter Sidings. I do need to change the name of that station. And then back out onto the line here. Doing the speed limits for this is going to be an absolute nightmare. I can see it already. There, there, and there. Gives you an idea as to how far north up the coastal line it is. The fact that this line here goes all the way south. So you'd expect the coastal one will just be like level, but it's not. It's actually north still. So we do end up going a long way up. Did I not add that waypoint in? I didn't add Preybourne North in. Where's Preybourne? Timberyard there. And then there. And then from here it's all the way along. All of these, all of these, all of these, straight over here. Slow down here to go through Bedtown. And again I should, oh there, I've got a waypoint there. Okay, and then there, and then there. Whew, that was hard. There's a lot on this route. Maybe more than I thought. I've made a small mistake here. Plus, we do have the freight terminal just up here as well, which we can use in the future. I'm actually planning on building a little canal system that goes into the freight terminal and out again to the sea, so that we can actually utilise this as a shipping lane as well. I think that'd be quite a cool idea. But let's do the timetabling on this, because I know it's going to be an absolute mare. Actually, before we do that, let's put this back up here. Open right the way out, because we've got to make sure that we don't stop at any of these stations on the route, because that's just wasting time. Oops, not no loading. Non-stop via. Force a habit, just clicking no loading. Non-stop via. Woolworth, non-stop via. The airport here, non-stop via. Especially once we get into Guard City, we definitely want to do all the non-stop vias, otherwise it's going to be an absolute nightmare. Non-stop via, non-stop via. Here, non-stop via. Non-stop via. This is most definitely the worst bit of the journey. Going through Guard City is going to be an absolute pain in the neck doing the speed limits as well. It might be easier just to do 30 as the default speed limit and then change it from there. Just for these fiddly sections here. It's really hurting my hand as well, the way I'm leaning over my desk. Let me just move my my stool, make myself a bit more comfortable. Oh, that's better. I can actually lean on my desk now. That's nice. Non-stop via, although my nose is pretty much touching the monitor now, which maybe I'm a bit too close. Oh well. C'est la vie. Right, landing way on sea. You can see what I mean by this. There's so many stations that we're now going via that we weren't before. There's the stockyard, and then it's here all the way back again. Via this one as well. Gee whiz. Whoops. Hate it when I do that. Right, stockyard. There. Non-stop via. I do sometimes feel like the interface is a little bit too small, but I have played around with the settings in the past and it doesn't get that much better, because the next one is really, really big and pixelated, which isn't very good either. So it's a bit of a pain. It's only because I always forget where exactly the hitbox is on the cursor. Sometimes it's right at the tip, sometimes it feels like it's not, like there. Didn't click where I wanted it to click, or there. So you end up clicking on totally the wrong thing, which is a huge, like that, huge pain in the neck. Right, so these are all the overground sections, and then we're back out in the country again. And I clicked on the wrong frickin' thing again. Right there, and then Woolworth. And then Timber Yard. And then Grain Mill. Right. That's kind of the easy bit. Now we've got to do the hard bit, which is the timetabling. First of all, let's do all the stop times. So 1500. Change this one to 5000. That one stays at 1500. All the way down to the stockyard here, 500. And then all the way down to the very bottom here, where it's also 500. Now we're going to need a hell of a lot more than 8 trains for this. I'm actually thinking of doing this number divided by 1000 times 2. So in this case it would be 14. That probably works out best, although I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, Menningville Port, which is the sidings. I'm going to rename you as well. Like so. you're then going to run at, actually yeah, 30 is right there. So once you get to this waypoint, you're going to slow down to 15. You're going to leave the farm at 30. You're then going to hit the waypoint, which is going to speed you up to 45. And then you're going to hit the next waypoint, which is going to speed you right up to 70. And then through this station. So actually it's not going to be 70, is it? It's probably going to be something like 50 to navigate that. And then through here it's going to speed up a little. Actually no, it's 50. And then here you're going to hit 70. And then you're going to hit Preyborn North, and you're going to slow right down to probably 50 again, actually. Through the timber yard, 50. And then you're going to hit this waypoint, which is going to take you to 45. And then you're going to hit this waypoint, which is going to take you back up to 70. This waypoint, which is going to drop you to 45 again. This waypoint, which is going to drop you to 45 again. And then this one, which is going to take you back up to 70. And you get the idea, 45. 45. I need to learn the keyboard shortcuts for these. Make life so much easier. 70, and then 45. 30, which is fine, right the way through here until we get to Renston interchange, and then Senningville waypoint. Here we're going to hit 70. Actually, I think coming out of here it was 45, wasn't it? And then all of these are 70. You know what's something else that I wish that we had in this game, because it would make life so much easier? Say right now I got a new locomotive, so instead of the top speed being 70, it went up to, let's say, 90. Therefore I wanted to increase the speed of the train to 90. I wish there was a way where you could just select only the 70 miles an hour speed limits and change them to 90. That would be so helpful. If anyone does know if that is possible, please do let me know, because that would be really, really helpful. I need to go over to this stockyard again and just remind myself of the layout that we have over here. So this is Fort Fruntown Heights. Yeah, here it slows down to 45. And then we go to this one, which is this waypoint, and we hit 30. Yep. And then we hit this waypoint here where it stays at 30. Oh yeah, might as well. And then here it's going to drop down to 15. Leaving the stockyard, it's 30 right the way through until we hit Runfing Field, which is this station here, where it goes back up to 70. Perfect. Right, back down to here. All of these are, of course, 70. Right the way along. And here, right the way along, 70. 70. And 70. Until we get to this waypoint here, where it drops to 45. And then it's 30 right the way through here until we get to the release, where it goes back to 70. And then here it drops to 45. And 45. We're nearly at the end now. Home straight. Back up to 70. .45. 45. 70. And then here it's 45. Here it was 50, if I remember rightly, through the timber yard, and then still 50, and then here it goes back to 70, through Bedtown. I think it went down to 50 again, didn't it? Bedtown, yeah, 50. And then out the other side of Bedtown, also 50. And then Menningville Waypoint, this one is 45, although I think we might do 30. And then it's 15 into the depot. And then it's 10 out of the depot into the sidings. Done. Awesome. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right, and then finally, we want to get some food trains running from here, because this does produce food. Let's see, 5 tons of food per 8 tons of livestock delivered, or 3 tons per 8 crates of manufacturing supplies delivered. Production steps up if both cargoes are delivered within a month of each other. So we do need to get some manufacturing supplies in at some point, but we're not going to worry about that too much at this moment in time. What we are going to do is create that, and then process products. We want this one, general cargo, 2 and 4. And that's where those wait. Right, now we need to actually create a depot for the train. We've got this weird loop at the moment. I'm going to completely get rid of it. Like this. Also got this weird loop. This is for originally when I was going to have trains being refitted, but that's obviously not going to happen now, so I'm going to pull that one in like that instead, and there you go. Right, so these trains will go like this. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, no, I will do that actually. I will do that to there, and then that's going to go like that. Get rid of that. That there, that there. And then that's going to go like that. That's going to go like that. That, and that, that, and that. So it's going to be a bit of a weird shape that we've got going on here, because it's actually going to bridge over like this. Other way. Because I think we can just about fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that should be about right actually for this. So how long's this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's about right. I think the trains for the food were only going to be about 6 tiles long, give or take. Because they're not going to carry that much food. We know that. We know that from experience. So it's mostly really what am I saying? Losing what I'm saying again. They're going to be 6 tiles long. That's what I'm saying. So we're just going to make them 6 tiles long. So fixtures here, drag and drop 6, and then like that and like that. In terms of signals, we're going to put that there, that there. That one's already done. That's a given. Goes through like that anyway. And there we go. Done. Right. Food. Select this. You're going to pin. Let's check that my phone's on silent actually, because I've been recording for quite a long time and haven't had my phone on silent. That'd be really unprofessional, as we've established in the past. Now the food trains, I kind of want them to be able to go faster. Cargo Sprinter, 87 miles an hour. These are interesting. How much food can you carry? 40,000 kilograms. That's 40 tons of food per one of these. And you can go 87 miles an hour. And they're self-powered. Would it be weird? Maybe I'll have them in Guard City, whizzing backwards and forwards. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. think actually for large goods van or a container. I really want a container. Large goods van maybe. I need to figure out what I'm going to have pulling this. Let's see. Engine ID. Something relatively powerful. Maybe diesel. I want something a little bit different to what we would normally use. So this is used for heavy freight. There we go. 6 tile long train. I went the long way around to do that. That's fine. Okay. And you are going to run into here. And then round it into here. I did refit you for food, didn't I? I have now, if I hadn't before. I don't know. Right, and then you're going to run out and onto the main line here. And along here, running way on C. Doobie-doo, all the way along here like this. Was it Puntbourne? Was the other one I wanted? Yeah, it must be Puntbourne. Yep, Puntbourne East. And then through this station down here to Pendingston. Planingbury? Yeah. I think we do need to go via here. Straight over here, via this one, via here, via Renston, via this station, up this way, here, here, and here. Then via, I think at this point I can keep going straight on. Right, now we need to go into the freight terminal, which is this one. Yeah. Into freight terminal, round the loop, back to freight terminal, and then from freight terminal, I think we want to run up the, I want to say the northwest trunk line, which is this one. So out this way. Via there. And I think we could run up as far as somewhere like Sunnington. Let's see, go straight through all of this, along here. Here, here, and here. I did that right, didn't I? Looks like I did. Actually, I kind of want to go fast, get a faster vehicle if we're going to be running up here. Oh no, 70 miles an hour isn't too bad for this actually. 70 miles an hour should be more than fast enough for this line. Right, slow. There, slow. There's a bit of a queue of trains here because I did do some messing up over at Guard City. At GSG. Actually, that's the thing. I still need to remember to show you that what I've done with GSG. It's a slight rebuild. It's nothing major. Doesn't affect the trains too much. I have also started running trains on the DC lines again. You might have seen it at the start of the episode. There's a couple of trains on the DC lines. The Hunway DC line, or the Flaham DC line, as it should be called. So that's now in operation again. I don't think we need another interchange station around here somewhere, because this is very sort of empty. Right, anyway. Through there. Up and over the hill here. Right, and then we want to go via here, here, and here. And then we want to run into this platform, which I'm going to change here, unshare. If cargo can carry passengers, except it's not passengers, it's food, then allow. And then these ones I need to put an extra order in. If cargo carry passengers, then if next order is, so that's deny, and then rechange it to allow. Also put an or next order. Right, so this is this one or this one, then allow. Okay, back to this Sunnington. Yep, and then you want to come back via Sunnington trunk. I'm just thinking here it might be better using the express lines for this section. Or if cargo can't carry passengers. Right, there we go. That's how I'm going to get around that little signalling conundrum, let's say. Right, follow the lines. Which set of lines? I think it's this top one. Yes, it is. So it's via there, via there, via there. And now I'm just going to follow the track because it'd be easier. Via there, via there, via there. Follow this all the way along until we hit this waypoint, and then it's this waypoint, and then it's this waypoint, and then round through all of this section till we get to Brendington, here, here, and here, and then this one as well. Renston, waypoint, and then here, although that should be a given if we're going via that, but we might as well do it anyway. And then here, 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 here. Now I'm thinking about how we're going to do this. Not there. It's this one first. And then it's here. And then it's round through here, via there, into there, and then out to there. Okay. Now I'm thinking about how to do the loading and unloading. Now some of these towns, in fact pretty much all of these towns, here is no loading. No loading. Stop clicking on the wrong thing, you idiot. This one is no unloading. Like that. No unloading and take cargo. Now all of these here, I think we should just let the train stop and empty, because it's going to be carrying food, and if we deliver food to the towns they're going to like us, so that actually makes a lot of sense. However, coming back there isn't going to be any food on board because we've already delivered it, so at this point coming through here, also actually the stations around Guard City, we don't want it to be unloading there because we're going to have a separate service that does that. So all the stations through Guard City, all of these ones, you're just going to go non-stop via. Right away from Renston, I keep saying Rensting for some reason, Renston interchange. But then all of these, we might as well have you stop again. Now Sunnington, that's the end of the line. Here we don't want to stop anymore, so non-stop via, non-stop via, definitely non-stop via through all of these ones. and then all of these ones right the way back to where we began. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It means we can deliver lots of food as we go along. Makes life nice and easy for us. And obviously they're not going to be waiting too long at these stations. 250 ticks maximum, I would say. There we go. And then what's this one? Oh, I did that one by mistake. There we go. And you are service. Okay. Timetable. Just thinking how we could do the speeds. Let's do the times first, shall we? So 5,000. Let's do 250 as the default. And then we'll change this to 5,000. This one to 1,500. Like so. And then all of these are 250 except for at Guard City, where it's going to be 500 and then 500 at the freight terminal, and then all of these are going to be, and then right at the end at Sunnington, 750 like so, and then all the way back to the bottom here, and then it's going to be another 500. Right, default speed. I think it is easier again if I just do 30. Makes my life that little bit easier. So all of this section through here is 30. It's only when it hits this waypoint, which I do now need to make like this. And I really need to, because I converted all this to third rail when I was doing getting rid of new tracks. So it's all stuck now, or it was at least. I guess I did the rest of it, but this bit was all third rail still, which is very annoying. Right, so it's all good. We need to add that waypoint in, which is there. Close you. Right, so you are 30. And then you are 15. And then you are 30 all the way along until you get to the first station, where you stop anyway, and then it's 70. It's 70 and 70. Right the way until we get to just before Renston. Here, 70. And then this one is 45. Alright, Renston, and then it's 30 all the way through until we get to this one, where it drops to... Actually, I think 30 into the freight terminal is fine, but 15 around the freight terminal, so around the loop, is fine. And then there it's 30, and then there, let's see, 30, 30. This one should be 45, I feel. And then this one should be 70. And then this one should be 45 into Flaham. And then out the other side of Flaham, 45. And then 70 here. Until we get to this one, where again it drops to 45. And 45. And 70. Okay, now here it goes 45, 30, and then 15 into Sunnington. And then it's 30 out until we hit this one, where it goes back up to 70. And then it's 45 through there, and 45 again. And this one is 70. This one is 45. This one is 45. This one is 70. this one is 45, and then this one is also 45, and then it's 30 right the way through here until we get to the interchange where it goes to 45, and then 70 and 70, and you guessed it, 70 and 70, 70, 70, till we get to here where it drops to 45, and then it drops to 30, and then it drops to 15, and then it drops to 10. Not 12, 10. There we go. Right. I just need to check. Yeah, this is definitely all good. Sweet. Right. Food. Food trains. There we go. FODENH2SUN. Sunny, let's say. And it is 5.5. So what's that? It's 2.5. No, wait. It's 11, I think. Because 5.5 is 11. Yeah, so it's 11. Right, you go into there. You go into there. And then it was 11, wasn't it? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll start with 11. If we need to add more, we can always do that. Right, one more to do, everybody. It's a long episode today. One more to do, and then we are done. And this one goes via... Well, first of all, it starts down this way. Over here at the dairy, where it creates food. So it creates 5 tons of food per 8,000 milliliters. 8,000 liters of milk delivered. So it needs quite a lot of milk. We can do that. That's no problem. Let's get rid of this. Let's also move this out one further. The reason being is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And that. Move that signal to there. That's then going to come across like this. All of this track here is going to be removed. That's going to be added to there. That's going to be added to there. And then that, I need to lift this up more. This is going to be our depot. It's going to be quite a nice little strategically placed depot right on the water's edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to come across like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Like that. And then you're going to go like that, and whoops, like that. Okay. Fixtures. Perfect. Drag you out the full 6. And then you're going to go there, and you're going to go there. Good. Right, we want to clone this like that, but we don't want to share the orders. That's important. We also want to ungroup this train. So what number are you? 254, which is that one. Good. And then we'll put you there, and we'll pin you as well. Okay. So that should be ungrouped. Yeah, now it is. So we want to unshare the orders, which it's not anyway. Again, I want to save my game before I do this, because it was doing this before that caused it to crash, which is never a good thing. Right, delete, perfect. Resize that window. Okay, so this one's going to go here and here, and then from here it's going to go around this loop and to there, and then along this line like this to here, and then again you're going to go via there, there, and there, along this line all the way along through all of this bit, there, there, and there, all the way through this section, all the way through this section until we reach here, here, and then you're going to go straight north. So you're going to go via this station, and then you're going to follow this loop all the way around until we get to here. You're then going to go via this waypoint here, I believe. Is it this one? It is. I just need to add an extra little piece of track. Essentially I need to connect this section here up to this section here so that trains can go into the freight terminal. So let's do that, shall we? Let's come out this way. I feel like this way is probably going to be the easier way to do this. Like this. And then up here. Along this way. Like this. Along here, like this. Round this way. To there and to there. And then a big bridge over the top of all of this. Not enough cash. Change that. There we go. We earn about that much anyway, so there's no skin off our noses. Just thinking, I don't want to get in the way of the metro stations. So I think we can just bridge under here, because there'll be a station on this side of the bridge, I imagine, and there'll be one over here somewhere. So that actually works out quite nicely for us if we just go under like that. Right. This will come off like this. This will come to here. We'll then go up and over like that. You come down to there. You go up as far as this one. And then you go across like that. You go along there. And this one will just do like that. Why not? Okay. Change you to a path signal. Put a signal there and a signal there. Like that and like that. Change you to a path signal, and then over on this side, this one a path signal, this one a path signal, and this one a path signal. Like so. Right, train. You come through that waypoint, you then come round over this new section here. Do I need another waypoint? Somewhere over here? No, I don't, because there's one there. Via this waypoint, you then come into the terminal, round the loop, back to the terminal, and then from here, I'm going to have you come out this way. So I need another couple of waypoints. Let's see. Or do I? No, I don't think I do actually. I don't think I will. I can always add one in later. So from the terminal here... Oh no, I do need one. I do need one. But that's cool, because I can put it there. Just like that. Okay, so you come out the terminal, you go via this waypoint, you then go up through all of this, you then go via this waypoint. I think this will work. Now at this point, Gunway, I suppose I do kind of want to serve it, don't I? Maybe just serve the ones that are important. So Gunway, I mean it's a big town. It's not growing. does it need the food though? That's what I'm wondering. I think we need to go via Flat Bridge. We definitely need to stop at Don'tborough. Alright, we'll stop at Gunway Brewery. Might as well. We'll skip out Flat Bridge, but we will go via Flat Bridge Waypoint and then Don'tborough. And then after Don'tborough, we also need to go via this station here. Okay, and then we can carry on straight along for a little bit. We need to go via there and there to the airport. Definitely need to go to the airport. Skip all this out. I think there's a waypoint that I've missed. We'll do a non-stop via there just to get the speed up again. Then we get to over here via Honningville South, via Honningville, and then via here. And then at this point it's pretty much a straight journey until we get to there, into here, and then back again. Except of course this time it's all non-stop vias. So see there, and then there, there, and there. Down through all of here. Don't need to stop via there. But I do need to go non-stop via here so I can slow down. And then non-stop via here so I can speed up again. Gunway isn't important, but this one is, so we can slow right down to the 45. And then it comes round this way via this waypoint, I believe. Certainly seems to be that way. And then along here, over this one here. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, so what do we do once we get to Plint Bridge? We need to find a way back onto this line. Which we don't actually have. That's a bit of an oversight. Okay. So from this entrance track, we need a little bridge that hops over like this. To there, and then we need another little bridge that hops over like this to there. Whoops, connect these two up. Like that. I do need to connect that one back up as well. Connect you up like this. And then move that signal to there. Get rid of that. Here, then that goes like that, that, and that. Okay, and I think that's our route across town now. So from Plint Bridge North, it slows right down. Train carries on along this way, and then here it comes across, around this way, via this waypoint, and then via this new link to this waypoint, through all of here, via this waypoint. I mean, it's a station, but I'm going to call it a waypoint. And then back out onto the main line. So what I like about this map, the old map we had the freight avoiding line, which I thought was really cool, and I will still build that in the future. But I like the fact that we are using the overground loop as a freight route as well, avoiding the main city. I want no freight trains running through Centre Rail or whatsoever. It is all going to be passenger only. So it's only the loop they have to use if they want to go from one side of the city to the other. Otherwise they're not allowed to traverse the city. Right, I think once we get to here, I need another waypoint. Like that. So you go in there, and then in there. Okay. Now I've got to remember which one of these was non-stop via and which one was actual stops. So that's no loading, no unloading. This one here is no loading. This one here is no unloading. Okay. This one here is non-stop via because it falls within Guard City, so it's this one. The ones before though, Great Winfield and Woolworth, they're both stops. Gunway Brewery is a stop, but Tunfing Bridge is not. Nor is Prafingford. Honningville is a stop as well though, and so is Narfingburg Springs. On the way back, none of these are stops. They're all non-stop via. Especially the ones that weren't stops on the way out. Right. Don'tborough is non-stop via. And then all of these ones as well. My wrist. I'm getting RSI in my wrist from doing all this clicking. Very painful. Why do I make these videos? All they do is bring me pain. Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, they do, but I enjoy them. That's why I do it. Otherwise I wouldn't subject myself to this kind of physical torture. Right, final thing. 250. We're on the home stretch now, guys. 1500. All of these are 250 except for freight terminals, which were 500, were they not? I believe they were just 500. There we go. And then right the way down, this one is 750 because it's the final unload and it's also the terminating. And then this one is just the 500 again. Autofill. That gives us the number of trains, which is 10. So there's less stops on this route than there is on the other one. Default is 30. So you're going to come out of here into here, except you're only going to do it at 15 because it is literally going over a crossover. You then leave at 30. You hit this waypoint here, which is 45. And actually, for those of you that are wondering, this track will be used for passenger trains as well. It won't just be freight only, but it'll be very rare passenger trains. So they won't be running that frequently, is what I mean. Because I know someone will ask, and I might as well answer the question before it will be asked. So this will be a passenger line as well, but it'll be predominantly freight traffic, which is why it kind of runs along this little area, because there's loads of oil rigs, there's these fishing harbours, which would be really handy for collecting food as well, actually. So I might collect food there and deliver it to here to be picked up. That would be really handy. Although, do we need to deliver fish to these? Yeah, we do. Then again, there are fishing grounds all over the place here, which we can stop at. I think the boat just pulls up to them. I don't think you actually have to build anything there. Be a bit of a pain if you do have to build stuff there. Anyway, 45. 45. Here is 70. 45. And then all the 30s. Right the way up till the freight terminal where it's 15 round the loop. And 15 the other side of the loop. I believe the freight terminal is set up for food. I will have to check that. This waypoint here is 45. No, 45, not 46. And then it's 70. 70. Is it 70 the top speed of these trains? 75 is the top speed of these trains. See, that's where I really wish I could just go back and change that now, so that it's not 70, it's 75. Oh well. 45 through Don'tborough, and once we go through Don'tborough, it's 70. 70, and then here it's 45. Through the airport station, 45. I think this side should be 45 as well, but I don't think there's a actual waypoint to the north, because I did check, didn't I? Right, you go through Honville at 45, and then you hit the waypoint, which is here, and you go 60. Again, here's where we haven't messed up. We followed exactly what we had, but up here we need... oh, there is a second waypoint. I completely forgot it. Okay, so just before Narfingburg Springs, this one, there is another waypoint right there. So this is 60. Then it slows down to 30, and then it slows down to 15 into Narfingburg Springs, and then it's 30, and then it's 60, and then it's 45 through Honningville, and then it's 70 up to here, and then it's 45 through the airport, and then it's 70 to Don'tborough, and then it's 45 through Don'tborough, and then it's 70 to Plintbridge, and then it's 45 through this little section here, until we get to this bit where it's 30 right the way through until St. Peter release, where it goes back up to 70, and then it's 45 through this airport, and then it's 70 again to Woolworth. It's 45 through Woolworth. This is an interesting route because it goes via 2 airports. So if we had aircraft that carried food as well, we could carry that too. Or we could carry it further, is what I should say. 70, and then we hit this waypoint where it drops to 45, and then we hit this waypoint where it drops to 15, and then we hit this waypoint where it drops to 10. There we go. Oh wait, sorry. This one it drops to 30, and then this one it drops to 15. Let's just head back over here and make sure we are doing this right. So it's that one that drops it to 30, that one that drops it to 15, and then this one that drops it to 10. There we go. Right. FO. What's the name of this? Grenfingley. So it's that one. Wait. Genfingley. Genfingley. Steam. Did I do that with the other one? I didn't. I need to change that. Genf to Nahatan. Naha. And you are 11 cars long. Ungrouped. Drag you into there. Drag you into there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This needs to be edited so that it's got the steam. Right. And that does it for this episode. I do need to make sure this is actually refitted for food as well. But before we end, I did promise you I'd show you what I've done with GSG. So we are going to go head over and do that really quickly as well. So GSG looks different now. It's not the same as it was before. It's not that big a difference. I think you might have seen it as we were going past. I've tidied up the junction a little bit more. So now we have an entranceway. Trains that are coming from the northeast main line that are terminating will also use these 8 platforms that we've got here. I have, however, kept these 2 tracks here so that they can go straight through and down through Guard Lake. Incidentally, if there's trains coming from the northwest that we want to terminate at GSG, the current tracks on the slow lines are actually the ones that go through towards Guard Lake as well. But there is a crossover just up here, so I have got it in mind that if we are going to have trains that also terminate at GSG from the northwest main line, they'll actually come over here, and all of these platforms now under the train shed are all fast, like express platforms, so they can come in and use these express platforms as well. Here's an option. Each platform has been assigned a certain line. Some have been assigned more than one line, some haven't. These are the Hunway DC lines that go up towards Flaham. I should say the Flaham DC line that goes up towards Flaham. I've changed the exit of the depot a little bit more so that it comes out in the centre roads of the terminating platforms. So there's 4 tracks, 4 platforms, 5 platforms, 6 platforms, 5 platforms, 5 platforms serving 8 tracks. That's it. So there's 8 platforms here, technically. The island platforms, obviously. 2 platform faces. There's 8 platform faces. These 2 lines come out in the centre so that the trains can easily get into any of the platforms and then head off in their direction. These 4 are for the 2 loops, I believe. I might be wrong there, but they're also for the northeast main line. These 4 are for the DC lines, both loop lines, and also, of course, into the depot. All 8 tracks are available to go into the depot. Back over here, all of these now, there's 4 tracks here that are for the northwest. There's 4 tracks here, not including the goods platform here, that are for the northeast. And then there's 1 in the centre that's for both. And there is also, of course, an access road here, which goes into the depot. So there's now going to be express trains using this depot, as well as the new depot that we built up at Flaham a couple of episodes ago. Over here. But that just does it for this episode. That just does it. That's not how I'm going to end this episode. That just about does it for this episode, guys. So I'm just going to go through the to-do list. We've found the dairy farms on the Great Western Line. We've found the dairy farms on the Northeast Main Line. In fact, did we do that? I don't think we did it on the Northeast. We did it, we used the dairy trains instead. Run milk trains from all farms to dairy on GW Main Line. We've done that. Start running food trains from Stockyard and start running food trains from dairy. We have done all of those. And I've noticed there are people sat on the to-do list watching like a hawk. There's been someone on there for 4 days now, I think. Which is a little bit creepy, but I'm not going to complain because I did say I'd upload it and you guys are using it, so I can't complain about that, can I? Yeah, that does it for this episode, guys. Next time, we're going to start working with something that I like to call black gold. Now, I know black gold is a term used for oil, but I'm using it for something a little bit different. But we'll find out more about that in the next episode. So until then, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you enjoyed the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.